Essentially, there's one entertainer who won't tolerate Hollywood's BS any longer. Maybe from, suppose, being in the ring, being the entertainer for other youngsters have that aspiration since they kind of know where every one of the snares are, every one of the traps, and attempt to direct them through that stuff. That's what I had. I succumbed to it. No point ever have a voice like that in the future where I can simply talk anything I feel in my heart. Do you? Similar to wipe the slate clean at one point, or you. No, you can't wipe the slate clean? At the end of the day, we should be sensible here. Hi, my kindred tattle lovers, welcome back to the channel. Today, by and by, we're plunging into the delicious universe of show. We're working up a tempest with some sizzling Hollywood tea, including, in all honesty, the unbelievable Sylvester Stallone. Assuming you thought activity-pressed films were exciting, stand by till you find out about the genuine show in the background. Sylvester Stallone spilled some significant tea about his quarrel with a specific filmmaker. In any case, before we bounce into the embarrassment, ensure you hit that buy-in button and ring the warning chime so you don't pass up any of the hot tattle we present. Snatch your popcorn, since this is one succulent story you won't have any desire to miss. In the realm of film, there are not many names that resound with power, force, and immovable assurance, very like Sylvester Stallone, with a ripped body and a voice that radiates crude enthusiasm. Stallone has cut an unbelievable way in Hollywood, making a permanent imprint on the universe of film, from his famous depiction of the persevering longshot fighter Ruff Balboa, to his depiction of the unemotional and versatile conflict veteran John Rambo. Stallone's characters have come to typify the soul of strength, constancy, and enduring fortitude. With every job he takes on, Stallone plunges profound into the profundities of human inclination, rejuvenating complex characters that charm and move crowds all over the planet. Whether he's venturing into the ring or wandering into tricky war zones, Stallone's presence on screen is an awe-inspiring phenomenon, passing on us in wonder of his faithful obligation to his art. Sylvester Stallone, a genuine titan of the cinema, perpetually scratching his name in the chronicles of film history. Presently envision that equivalent star opening up about a not-so-exquisite fight, including, as a matter of fact, Irwin Winkler, the filmmaker. Lash in light of the fact that this is one wild ride. Presently, we should rewind a piece. Sylvester Stallone's ascent to popularity was transient, particularly with the rough establishment. He took off as Ruff Balboa, the dark horse fighter with a kind nature. It was an exemplary story of a dark horse with his leading-edge job in rough moving him to unfathomable levels. The world experienced passionate feelings for his coarse depiction of the striving fighter, and short-term, he turned into a commonly recognized name. The Rough series turned into a social peculiarity. Yet, did you realize Stallone lost proprietorship privileges to the establishment? Similarly, as Sylvester's star was climbing, the clouded side of acclaim popped up. The scheming maker, driven by ravenousness and jealousy, grabbed away the privileges to the film that had characterized Sylvester's profession. The world watched in dismay as this emotional bend unfurled, leaving Sylvester with a harsh taste of double-crossing. Envision an existence where Stallone, the one who reinvigorated Ruff, doesn't possess the freedoms to his own creation. Express out loud whatever. You heard it right. The maker, Irwin Winkler, has had the establishment in his grasp since the earliest reference point. That resembles making the cake and not being permitted to taste it. Discuss an unexpected development. Quick forward to the meeting with the Hollywood columnist, where Stallone lets the cat out of the bag. He shared his longing to get back a piece of what he made such an extremely long time prior. He uncovered that following 45 years of Ruff's greatness, he actually doesn't have a slice of the pie he prepared. Discuss a stunner. He needed freedoms to the person and the establishment, given he's the person who birthed everything. Yet, unfortunately, it seems like the chances are against him, and the Rambo star may very well never get the Ruff privileges back. In the meeting, his precise words were they needed another Ruff. I was able to make it happen, however, I said, following 45 years, might we at any point change the battleground a tad? Level it out? Might I at any point get a piece of what I made such a long time back? Stallone had one condition to proceed with the Ruff adventure: a slice of the pie. Be that as it may, unfortunately, the makers appear to have changed plans. That is not really fair. Right, people? Hang on. It gets considerably juicier. Stallone took to Instagram, tossing a few shade at Irwin Winkler and his child, requesting to have his privileges back. He spilled his guts, communicating his desire to leave something of rough for his own children. Yet, regardless of his red-hot posts, Stallone admitted that advancement in this matter is probably pretty much as possible as a VIP staying away from the paparazzi. He called it a difficult subject. When inquired as to whether his presence have driven on any advancement with regards to this issue, the Getaway Plan star said, "No, it's never going to work out. It was an arrangement that was done unbeknownst to me by individuals that I believed were near me, and they essentially offered anything that freedoms I would have had." He's not only battling for his freedoms. He's battling for his inheritance. Envision Stallone, the one who brought us Yo Adrian, arguing for his own creation. Stallone's posts were like a corridor from the heart, a supplication for equity, and a represent his youngster's future. He needed his freedoms back, however it seems like those Hollywood vampires aren't surrendering the blood-doused privileges easily. Could you at any point trust it? Assuming that you're confounded about the arrangement he referenced, don't be. I'm here to give you every one of the subtleties. Prepare yourselves for the unexpected development of all unexpected developments. Stallone's disclosure that an arrangement was finished despite his good faith, leaving him without any privileges, hit hard. Everything follows back to a mid-70s meeting that prompted the introduction of rough Stallone's distress and Winkler's cleverness creation bargain set up for an account of double-crossing deserving of its own Hollywood blockbuster. Frantic for a job and a check to keep his young acting vocation headed in the correct bearing, Stallone had to sign the arrangement that he made with Winkler and Joint Specialists. Winkler and Chartoff were attached to Joint Specialists for their next undertaking, and they frantically believed that task should be rough. The two makers in the studio had an arrangement set up by which they could pick anything that undertaking made them excited as long as it came in at a financial plan of under $1.5 million and an understanding that they had not made a film in 9 months. Indeed, it was an easy decision for Winkler. He made a proposal to Stallone to make rough the task they would take on with the support from joint craftsmen. What's more, Stallone, who was as yet a total obscure in the business, was not coming from a place of much influence, if any. Hollywood simply demonstrates that even the most amazing stars can't get away from the exciting bends in the road of Tinseltown. So before you get the popcorn for the following activity-stuffed flick, recall the genuine show in the background? So individuals, the tea has been served. What is your take on this show? Might it be said that you are Group Stallone or #Group Winkler? Tell us in the remarks beneath, and remember to hit that like button and buy in for seriously sizzling tattle. Until sometime later, keep it cheeky, keep it Tom.